Hi, this is Aishwarya. You can call me Ash. Welcome to my channel, Ash of All Trades. This is a three-part series about my life in Singapore when I first moved to Singapore from India. Each part and each video will cover different aspects and elements of living life in Singapore, from taxes to housing to employment to culture to language to the food you can expect, and how you align your expectations with the experiences that Singapore has to offer. This is part one of a 3-series video. This particular video, I'm going to explore just a couple of those points. I moved to Singapore in 2011 and lived in Singapore for about 5 years before moving to England, where I live now. So having created a wealth of memories and so many teachable experiences, forged some amazing lifelong friends who are some of the strongest women I know today, Singapore I can safely call my second home now. So let's start with a bit of a background on where is this country, what is the fascinating history behind this country. Singapore is a sovereign country in Southeast Asia, founded as a British trading colony in 1819. It joined the Malaysian Federation in 1963, but separated about 2 years later and became independent. Singapore has many nicknames, from the Lion City, which comes from the word Singapura, or the Garden City, to the Little Red Dot. So living in the Lion City is an experience. This city-state is very, very cosmopolitan. It is a dream city for people who arrive from developing countries that leave you in awe from the moment you drop the anchor. And that is exactly what happened to me. As soon as you land in Singapore, the first place that you cannot miss and soak in is the remarkable Changi Airport. It is a visual wonder and the archetype of efficiency, and I am not exaggerating. The airport is absolutely lush with so many attractions to offer, from the Dragonfly Garden to the Canopy Park to the Bouncing Net, which is a suspended trampoline, to the Discovery Garden, which is a winding treetop trail, to the hedge maze, to a theatre, to the world's tallest indoor waterfall, against which the trains run past, connecting the terminals, and the list goes on and on. And all of this is inside an airport. I remember sometimes just heading to the airport to just sit down with my work over a weekend if I wanted a change of place. Let's talk about the service delivery at the airport now. The efficiency, as I mentioned earlier, is beyond any I have come across. So whether you are checking in your baggage or collecting them after immigration, it is a breeze. So as you drive along the expressway, you can take the PIE or the AYE. By the way, Singapore loves its acronyms, and they actually pronounce them as individual letters, not as a whole. So PIE is not a pie, like an apple pie, is PIE. So as you drive along the expressway, you will be wowed by the buildings of the Central Business District. Once again, an acronym, so they call it CBD, not your CBD oil, and the iconic skyline of Marina Bay Sands and the Singapore Flyer. Let's talk about the transport and the connectivity in this country now. So I personally did not have a car, and it can be quite expensive to own one in Singapore, but I never felt the need to own a car either. So with trains and buses providing great connectivity, the taxis available whenever required, I hardly ever missed having one. the Mass Rapid Transit System, which stands for the MRT, which is Singapore's subway, underground, and the Light Rapid Transit System, which stands for LRT, they cover the most heavily populated parts of the island. There is also a fantastic network of bus routes. Taxis can be flagged down anywhere, or they can be found at the taxi stands and hotels. You have taxi companies like ComfortDelGro or Grab Taxi or Gojek, all operate off apps, although you can still go down the traditional route of dialing up a cab from a local firm like ComfortDelGro if you're feeling old school. The number of cars on the road is restricted by the government and the car prices are really, really high. So every vehicle owner must pay registration fee and road tax and have a certificate of entitlement, which again, stand by for another acronym, is COE, the price of which actually varies month to month. On top of that, cars are heavily taxed. However, if you're still looking to buy one, the second-hand market could give you a good deal. Transport also runs until late hours at night and they start very early in the morning. So really, to have a car is a waste of money and really unnecessary. Singapore's metro is extremely clean, guys. It's clean, it's safe, it's modern, it's efficient, it's punctual, it's affordable, and it's fully air conditioned. And they actually run like clockwork, unlike other countries. So with such excellent communication links, I would say if you don't have heavy bulky luggage with you, and if you're a single woman with no help whatsoever, you can actually just hop on a train or a bus straight out of Changi Airport and give that cab a miss. Being here means you can travel around extensively. If you haven't really seen Singapore in the map, it is so well located. Changi Airport stands out as a major travel hub with easy access to Southeast Asia. So weekend jaunts to places like Bali, Borneo, it's nothing unusual or out of the ordinary. It is so conveniently located and in such close proximity to some of the most beautiful cities and islands in the world that most weekends you are better off going off on a holiday. And in just a few hours, you can get to the airport, get on a flight, and end up sipping a dirty martini on a beach in Thailand, or go for a massage in Thailand. Sometimes it's actually even cheaper to do this compared to a weekend of entertainment, food, and drinks in Singapore. So when you come out of the airport and do decide to take a taxi, strike up a conversation with your driver because they give you so much more in the 20 to 40 minutes ride than you can ever get in a month of extensive research. And you know what? This may be your first introduction to Singlish, colloquial Singapore English. Engage in a chat with your taxi uncle for your first culture language immersion. Everyday words and phrases are actually shortened or given a slightly different slant, and that is what, ladies and gentlemen, you call Singlish. So, for example, can is yes, okay, can do. Or you have other common phrases and words that includes ang mo for foreigners, xiao for crazy, or paise for being sorry or shy or sheepish. Atas is high class. But I know it sounds confusing now. Trust me, when you are there, you will be drawn into this because it happened to me. And I said, no, I wouldn't fall into this trap. But I was speaking Singlish before I even knew it. So Singapore has 4 official and equal languages. You've got English, Chinese, Mandarin, Malay, and Tamil. So for day-to-day use, however, you will most commonly see and converse in English. English is the predominant language of education in all schools, local and international businesses. Singapore essentially has 3 main races. They have Chinese, Malay, and Indians. Singapore does have a rather large expat community as well. That makes up around 40% of the population. The main religion followed in Singapore are Buddhism, Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, and Tao. But because it is so multiracial and cultural, they actually celebrate annual Racial Harmony Day. Stereotypes still exist though, and people do react based on that, like in all countries, to be honest. There's more to come in my part 2 and part 3 of this series, so please do continue to watch this space. Hope you found this video useful. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want me to create a similar Life in the UK video from an Indian woman's perspective, please do remember to drop me a comment below. If you want me to pick up any aspect or specific topic about living life in Singapore and share my experience on it, please do drop your suggestions or questions in the comment section. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more such content to come.